She was an ordinary woman, unassuming, unsure, lost in a world that moved very fast. She didn't know what lay within, but the world had plans for her. In every fall, every setback, a fire ignited, a force pushing her to rise, to transform, to become something more. Margaux's journey mirrors Sarah Connor's evolution from a place of weakness and uncertainty to becoming a resilient, strong leader. Margaux started as someone who felt uncoordinated and overwhelmed, yet through dedication, discipline, and growth, she found the strength she never knew she had. Her mission is to inspire others and to tap into their own potential, empowering them to overcome obstacles, embrace change, and lead their lives with confidence and resilience. Most people thought she was crazy, but not Margaux. She knew she was right.
You're dead already. This whole place, everything you see is gone. You're the one living in the fucking dream zone with me, because I knew it happened. It happened.
There is an acute shortage of toilet paper.
That's me. I'm Margaux Alvarez. I love the Second Amendment, I love Christmas in Vegas, and I love meeting people. Let me tell you how COVID changed my life, like Reese changed Sarah Connor's life.
The Terminator's an infiltration unit. Part man, part machine. Underneath, it's a hyperalloy combat chassis. Microprocessor controlled, fully armored, very tough. But outside, it's living human tissue. Flesh, skin, hair, blood.
Look, Reese, I don't know what you want.
Pay attention! The 600 series had rubber skin. We spotted them easy. But these are new. They look human. Sweat, bad breath, everything. Very hard to spot. I had to wait till he moved on you before I could zero him.
Look, I am not stupid, you know. They cannot make things like that yet.
Not yet. Not for about 40 years.
I can totally relate to how Sarah's feeling here. During my health and fitness journey, there was plenty of moments where I was confused by what I was reading and seeing because it contradicted what I learned growing up. Fat is bad for you. Salt is bad. Don't eat egg yolks. But as I learned from health and fitness individuals who actually invested in their own health, that what corporate media was telling me was wrong.
Eating eggs does not increase cholesterol. You may even know this. It's actually becoming common knowledge.
Some doctors are saying that salt is healthy.
And enough salt is essential for optimal health.
But the American Heart Association guidelines suggest that we should be lowering salt intake, aiming for less than 1,500 milligrams of sodium intake per day for most
Anytime
adults.
you consume less than 3,000 milligrams of sodium, which is about like 1.5 teaspoons of salt, there's a lot of harms that start happening. Dehydration, less energy, an increase in stress hormones like adrenaline and noradrenaline, insulin levels will increase, literally inducing insulin resistance. The hyperactivated dopamine system in the brain, to sugar addiction, headaches and migraines, to magnesium deficiencies, even blood pressure can go up, which is never talked about.
All this can be overwhelming and feel unrealistic, much like how Sarah felt in the car with Reese when she's trying to wrap her head around it. For example, when I was learning how red light could help my back scar, I felt like this is impossible. How is red light or infrared light going to help a physical scar on my back? And in time, it did. When I first started red light therapy in 2020, my back looked horrible. It was like pink against my tan skin. And over time, about 2 years in, it looked completely different. You can see these photos here of what it was like right after my incident or accident, and then about 6 months later, and then about 2 years later from the initial day. I was blown away. A lot of people have given me comments saying, oh my God, you can barely see your scar. And in my mind, I can still kind of see it, but it looks completely different. Sometimes the truth is hard to hear, just like Sarah had a hard time in this scene.
Look, I am not stupid, you know.
But in order for us to get to our destination, we must have a coach that believes in us, just like Reese believed in Sarah. Before I talk about Reese, I'm naive to think that you know who Sarah Connor is. Time has passed and I've come to realize that young women are missing out on this amazing role model that Sarah Connor is, and also the story of her transformation. The Terminator is about man versus machine. Sarah is the mother of the future general that is fighting machines. So the machines sent a human robot back in time to kill Sarah to prevent the birth of that future general. Now I know this seems like very bro-ish, right? War and robots, but it is the story of Sarah's transformation from weak and meek and clumsy to this strong and assertive individual and a complete boss babe. Sarah Connor started out as an ordinary person. In the Terminator, she is just a young woman working her job and living her life.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'll be a waitress.
Until everything changes. Suddenly, she's thrown into a terrifying situation, haunted by a nearly unstoppable machine from the future. In the beginning, she's scared, vulnerable, and has no idea how she'll survive. For Sarah, her fear was the Terminator. And while she had to confront this fear, she evolves into a fierce, resilient warrior, transforming from someone who's terrified of her future into someone who's willing to fight for it. Unlike Sarah, who was forced to change, you are not necessarily being forced to change right now. There's no Terminator chasing you. What's holding you back is fear. Right now, it's your fears that are stopping you or preventing you becoming the version of Sarah Connor that you want to be. The fear of starting over, the fear of starting a business, the fear of leaving someone in a very abusive relationship, the fear of change. Change is very difficult. That fear is preventing you from becoming a nurse, preventing you from losing those 3 pounds, preventing you from starting that business or making that change that you need to make. I know it's scary, I've been there, but the only way to overcome those fears is to face them head on and continue to push forward and take it one day at a time. Sarah had a Terminator chasing after her. You do not have that luxury. You don't have someone forcing you to change. If you stay the course and you are complacent and you do not change, your dreams, your goals, your passions will not be achieved. You will not be able to reach your aspiration of becoming a nurse or losing weight or leaving that person that is abusing you. You have those inner voices, you have those inner critics that are talking to you, maybe telling you, do it tomorrow, do it next week. You do not have that luxury. You have to start. So why am I here telling you this? I want to help you. I want to be your coach and your guide. In the Terminator, someone believed in Sarah so much, they had so much belief in her that they traveled back in time to save her. That person was Kyle Reese. He was her coach. He was her guide. Sarah needed someone to believe in her, and Reese was that someone for her. He was the one that knew what she was capable of before she even believed it. That is why I am here. I am here because I believe in you. I believe that you can make that change to become your version of Sarah Connor. Go up. Good girl. This channel is going to be discussing nutrition, fitness, mindset training, and we're also going to talk about accountability. You're going to come here every single day, you're going to do the work, and you're going to make the change that you need to make for your life.